Hey, my name is Jessica. This is a Fibre podcast about knitting and a little bit of spinning. Today we're going to talk about what I'm wearing, some FOs and whips, and a little bit of spinning talk. And at the end, if there's some time, maybe I'll share a little bit about my journey to garment knitting. So let's get her started. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about my finished object, what I'm wearing. I finished this a little while ago, but I started it last year. Took a little bit of a break to knit some sweaters during the fall, but it's finally done. Yay! This is called the Kiyo. It's in, I'm gonna mess up the name, Amy Risu, the magazine. This is, what volume is this? Oh, issue 18. This is summer 2019. I got this at my local yarn store called Valley Yarn in Langley. I got it last year and it was on sale. I really like this cardigan in here. So there's a couple other pieces that look interesting too, but I decided to make this one. It's called the Kiyo. It is originally a 2-color one, but I turned it into just 1 color because I really wanted a lilac cardigan. So that's what I made. But there are a couple other good photos in here somewhere of the cardigan. Of course, I can't find them now. But yeah, there's a lot of gorgeous pieces in here, like there's shawls. There's another cardigan. Here is the Kiyo. This is a gorgeous photo, actually. This does a really good job of showing the construction of it, what it looks like. Yeah, so I made that. It is by Kiyomi Bergen. Okay, so that's her design. And all the patterns are obviously in the back of the book. So I've just been using this book, hauling it around. There's even actually a picture of how to seam the pocket, which was really helpful actually. But yeah, so I really enjoyed making this. It has like an exposed seam at the top here, and then you pick up the sleeves and you make the sleeves, and the sleeves are like kind of 3/4-y. They're nice and big. This is a good cardigan to put over other things too. And then the pockets are like super cool because they're on a slant and they're like seamless. So really cool, really gorgeous. Nice pockets actually. And I've never seen pockets done like this. I always seen like the cut in or like the straight across, but it was cool to learn how to do the diagonal. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah, so the yarn I use for this, I have 1 skein left, and it's called Illimani Sabri 2. So this is the label. It is 85% organic cotton, 15% baby alpaca. Okay. I've seen a lot of people use the first Sabri, but yeah, it was nice. This is a chainette construction. It's got a little bit of a floof halo, just a tiny one, but it's really soft. It's so soft. I actually really enjoyed using it. It was really nice. And yeah. And now I have an extra skein though, so I'll have to figure out a project to use this in. Maybe get some more of this, maybe like the next time I make a cotton garment, and get like maybe like the gray or like a natural, maybe mix those together and make something. That'd be cool. So yeah, so that's what I'm wearing. Now I'm gonna take it off because it's the middle of summer and it's hot. But I really wanted to share it with you guys because a lot of time and effort went into that. I think it took like a whole year to make that. And I actually like fondly remember knitting it at Knit City. I went to the Grocery Girls knit night. That was my first knit night ever. And yeah, all good memories. But I put it on hold, so to knit sweaters in the fall, of course. So it just got done recently. So next I'm going to talk about some finished objects, and they're sitting here in my Chelsea Yarns bag, all holographic. I don't know if they have these anymore, but they had them in the winter, so I got myself one when I ordered their yarn for the Easy Bee. Maybe I'll show you that sometime, not today. Anyways, this is my Lento. It's like the perfect fabric. I love it. I saw this like fabric. Where was I looking? I was looking at the boucle. So this is made out of boucle and Felix. So where's the Felix? This is the Felix. So I used this colorway to make it. This is Sea Glass, my favorite color of all time. You're going to notice a trend. If you like teal, this channel's for you. Okay, so I made it out of the Felix. So I held that, and I held it with the boucle. So both are La Bien-Aimée. Sorry for the crinkles. So this is the remnants. There's actually 2 balls of remnants. This is the Neon Static boucle. And I love the way these two played together. Like, I love the undertone of the blue, but I love all the colors. Like, rainbow, but blue rainbow. Awesome. I just love it. So, I started doing this after, I think people were doing like a Lento cal, and I was a little bit late to the party on that. But then I was like, oh, I just want like a quick, easy sweater. And I really wanted this fabric. And I also really wanted to try Felix. So I have some designer aspirations, and I wanted to see if this would be a base that I would like. So I thought I'd get it for the sweater because you don't need like too many. I think I only got 2 skeins of this, and then I feel like 4 skeins of the boucle. Might have been 3 though. I don't think it was 3. I think it was 4. But yeah, so I got that, and so I got to try it out. And now I have so much left over. Actually, I have this whole ball left over to play with and try and design and have fun with. And then I love this color so much, like I thought I would, that I bought 4 more to make a Felix cardigan. Because I don't actually have any fitted cardigans, and I just want a cardigan this color so badly. So now I have 4 extra skeins, and then this ball to play with. Yeah, so I ended up making my beautiful Lento, and I made it, I could have made it full length, I think, but I made it 3/4 length, but I've also never owned a 3/4 length sweater. So, and it's kind of short. I haven't blocked it, but I don't think it's going to grow that much because of the Felix, I believe, is a non-superwash yarn. So yeah, I didn't really see the point in blocking it right away. Like, it didn't need to be. So anyways, I'm going to weave them the one end I have left, take out all the random stitch markers in the back I have, and then in the fall I'm hoping to wear this to school. So I'm very excited. I think it'll be, I'm a teacher, so I think it'll be a cute little teacher sweater with some jeans maybe, or yeah, very excited. So that's the Lento, and we have more whips. Okay, next one, let's do, okay, we're gonna do this one. This is my test knit. So I've never test knit before, and I test knit this shawl called the Dixie Creek shawl, which I like love. Like, the whole point of me testing this is I just wanted it right away. I wanted to make it right away. So this is by Salt Lake. Oh, is it Salt Lake, or is it Salt City? I'm gonna mess it up. I'll put it down below. Salt
City Knits. I said Salt Lake City Knits. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm butchering. I'll put it down below though. So yeah, so I made this, of course, out of La Bien-Aimée again, and I used the, what is this one? Life Aquatic. So it's kind of like sea glass, but like not. I feel like also this is like a very bright sea glass. I also have it in DK. Where is it? Yeah, and this one's like, well, it's hard to tell. This one I feel like is much brighter though, or more greeny. I don't know, they're very similar. But in person it has like a slightly greenier tone than, oh, maybe, okay. This is Life Aquatic in DK, and this is Sea Glass in DK. So it's a little bit lighter than Sea Glass, but it's like similar tone. And this is definitely, so I have a problem. I love this tone. This tone. This is my favorite. I wish all my garments were in this. It's so gorgeous. So I can't. I need to have it in my life. I need to make beautiful garments out of it. It just looks so good on me. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But so I used the Cashmere Merino base, which is so soft, and I've used this base for a big cozy cardi from Andrea Mowry, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's so cozy, so soft, so nice. So I had one extra, did I have one extra skein? I had almost a whole skein, not quite. So I dipped into it for the tickle color for my big cozy cardi. And I guess when oh, I don't remember her name. Anyways, when the designer made this, she made it in one color, and then she mentioned to testers, you know, it might be cool to do it in multiple colors. So when she said that, I was like, boom, using this tickle. It's happening. And then I think I had placed an order for maybe the Lento, and then I can't remember. Oh, I think I was planning on making a different shawl out of this Life Aquatic, but I kind of wavered on that. And then as soon as I got the test net, I was like, this is what it is. This is what we're becoming. This beautiful blue and pink and turquoise, and oh, it just makes me so happy. It's so cute. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Obviously not with the pattern behind, but it's gonna be so cute in the fall. So cute with dresses, going to a wedding. Like I just think this pattern is so classy, and the little bit of lace, and it wasn't too much lace, and it has garter, and oh, it was such an enjoyable knit. Very potato chippy. I just love it. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, so anyways, I've gushed about this long enough. So this is the Dixie Creek. And yeah, continuing along, we are getting to our next finished object. This is, I have the paper, the Midwestern Afternoon shawl. So this is made by Lisa Ross. I really like her colors she chose though. I like how she did like a semi-solid for the whole background, and then the fade. I think that's really pretty. Be cool to do that in another one. But anyways, so mine was done with hedgehog fibers. I used an Easter set that I bought. It came with 5 minis. So in the shawl, I only used 4 of them. Oh, missing one. Came with 5 minis. They're so pretty. I love pastel. And then it came with a skein, a solid color, and then a variegated skein. So I bought 2 sets, and I used the 2 variegated skeins for the shawl, and then 1 set of minis. And I still have actually quite a bit left of each color. and then the blue that I never use, because obviously I use blue throughout the whole thing, so that wouldn't have shown up very well. But this is the variegated color. I love this. I love all the pops. It's so pretty. This is probably one of my favorite skeins that I've owned. It's just like, it has that beautiful blue that I love. And then like the pops they chose, like the little neons and the purples and pinks, and even like the darker colors. I'm not like a big dark color person, but like just the way it was put in there, it gives it such dimension. I just love it. It's awesome. Anyways, so this pattern, you start, I'm gonna do this again, aren't I? I think this is the front. Yep. So you start at the top, and then right away you get to put in your stripes, which I think is super fun. And then you knit for a while, and then you get to your little lace potato chips. I love it. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. But they're so much fun because you can do a little bit of lace. It's not too much. It takes like a little bit of time, but then you get to a little stripe, and then you switch color, and you stripe, switch color. So it's actually really, really enjoyable. I really enjoyed this shawl. I kind of didn't want it to be over. I was just having so much fun with it. And then even at the end, when you're like, oh, these lace stripes are gonna be so long, and I thought there was gonna be 4, but there's only 3 of the lace, and then there's just the 4 colors, which I thought was really, really nice and fun. But yeah, this one's gonna be so cute too. It's got like all the different colors in it. So much fun. Oh yes. This is gonna be me this fall. So cute. And I love the way, like, you see all the colors, and then here they're just spread out, and it's, oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it. Yeah, so that's the Midwestern Afternoon shawl. Always gonna forget that name. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I'm still not done weaving in ends, but there's only a few left. I got kind of lazy at the end, so yeah. So those are my 3 finished objects for now. So let's move on to whips. So my first whip is, it's called the Marley cardigan. I'll show you it. It's not much right now, so I'll show you it first, and then I'll show you where the pattern comes from. No, we're all wrapped up. Okay, so I'm in the middle of the row, but I'm using the same color as the Dixie Creek shawl, which is Life Aquatic. So pretty. Oh my gosh, like, look at this. Look at, like, oh, the saturation of the blues, a little bit of green in there, and the pink. Oh, so gorgeous. I love it. So yeah, so this is what it looks like knit up. I don't want to rip it off the needles, but I want to show you like a solid chunk. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's so gorgeous. I'm so excited. So this is going to be the top. So like up here. And then I'm going to knit down. And so I'll show you my swatches. So I had to swatch this thing many times. Many times. It's very sad. So this was my first swatch. It's way too big. I think they ask you to use a 7mm, no, not 7mm, US 7. And I was like way off gauge. I was like, well, that's not gonna happen. My dreams of knitting a nice big gauge were fleeted. It didn't happen. Anyways, so this is the La Bien-Aimée Life Aquatic. This is their boucle. This is in Julia. I really love this colorway, but I don't think I'm going to use it in this project. I just don't think the variegation matches the light speckling. I think it's going to look weird. And then the last one is a Ching Fibre color. This is Sherbert. And it's got some speckles too. So my solution, I haven't got the yarn yet, but I ordered the Melted Baby Surrey. So I have some of that base. So this is the base, and it's so delightful and so soft. And I mean, boo clay is soft, but I have eczema, and sometimes I find my eczema catches on the boo clay. And I've had eczema on my hands now for quite a while. And where this is going to show up is kind of around the sleeve. I don't know. I wasn't in love. So I ordered Ching Fibres, one of her new colors. I think it's called Lupin. And it's like a pink with little speckles of like yellow, orange, and green. And I thought that would match and go with this so well. And then I would have this really soft, fuzzy spot in my cardigan. And I think I would just enjoy the cardigan overall so much more. And the whole point of me knitting things, like I want to knit things that I'm going to wear and I really want. And I really want this like colorful, like mint and pink moment with like speckles. I just want to be able to wear it all the time. So I think I'll wear it more if it's in like a soft base. So if you're wondering, this is peachy, I think, or is it white peach? Hang on. This is white peach. So I ordered this a little while back for a different sweater, but then I don't know if I'm going to use it for that sweater. I really like this color. I think it would look so good with the sea glass. Part of me wants to like make something out of that. Oh, it's so good. So good. I need more sea glass because I have plans for this one, which I'll talk about maybe in another episode. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, so I got that. And, oh, I'll show you the ball of the sherbet. So this is the sherbet. So pretty. It's got like, it has like almost every color, honestly. It has like a little bit of yellow, a little bit of like light green, it's like a cream base with some blues, pinks, and then some like fuchsia pops and some really yellow pops. So that's like a yellow, orangey, and then there's like some fuchsia ones in there. So yeah, so I think that's gonna be super cute. This is the boucle. I love this color, but I just don't think it goes for this project. We'll use it somewhere else. It'll see its day. I also like want to like really honor the yarn. Like, you know, like you want it to shine. I want it to shine in something. So anyways, oh, and I'm holding it right now in my knitter's caddy. These were a collab between Hohi Locatelli and the Grocery Girls. So it has like the Grocery Girls little tags on it, and then it's got Hohi Locatelli. I actually love this. Like when I saw them, I was like, well, that's the color. That's the color. But it's a nice size and it can hold a decent amount. And it's got some pockets inside. I think it's got like 3 pockets and then 2 pockets in the front. And I missed the first round of these. I'm so glad I did because they came out with this color in the second round. And I was like, oh, it's meant to be. Yeah, so I use this one actually quite a lot. It's really nice because it's got some sturdy handles and it's got such a nice flat bottom, and you can just kind of like, I just take it around with me in the house. Like it sits by my computer, it sits by my bed when I decide to knit in bed, it goes over to the couch. Like it's a really good like bucket knitting bag. And like even if I go out, I'll just like put it on with like my backpack and stuff, or like I have some big bags that I'll put inside. Yeah, I really enjoy this. So there's that. So I'll show you the pattern for the Marley. It came in 52 weeks of easy knits. And I got this book, I'm not gonna lie, mostly for this pattern. But there are some other patterns in here that I would like to make too. And I actually just really enjoy this book as well. Like it's nice that it's like easy knits, but like not easy in the way you think. So I think this knit is in Tarja. I've never done in Tarja before. So I'm looking forward to that. And
yeah, it's just really enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. So this is the Marley. So the top part is the blue that I'm doing right now. And then this part is the boucle. So I'm going to change it to the Melted Baby Surrey though. So we'll see how that holds up. And then the bottom will be the sherbet color from Fibre. Yeah, I thought it was really, really cute, really easy. There's no like button bands. It's a really like streamlined design. And I think it'll be really easy to wear to work. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So that is my first whip. My second whip in my beautiful yarn bowl that I got at Fibre West. I love this thing. I didn't think I really needed a yarn bowl. And then it's handmade and I can't remember the maker. But it was a Canadian Fibre Festival and I just love it. It's so gorgeous. And like you can see like the speckling at the bottom, the glaze, like it's so beautiful. Anyways, so I really enjoy it. If I can find who made it, I'll put it in the link down below. So right now I'm using that and I got my little yarn in here, which is really nice because like sometimes if I put it on my desk, it just like rolls off and falls on the floor. So believe it or not, like it's actually useful. I really do use it, and I kind of bring it with me to different spots in the house. So anyways, that's my yarn bowl with my project. I am making a Petal Party crop by Samantha Guerin. Sorry, it's all twisted, of course. There we go. So I'm on the top, on the front. So I did the back, and I messed up the lace like immediately. Then I kept going with it on the back, and I was like, oh, it's not gonna matter. It's the back. It's fine. And then I was like, well, if I can't figure out what I did, am I gonna mess it up on the front too? So I'm so glad I ripped it back, and I restarted, and I was like, wow, that was a really stupid mistake. Because the pattern is actually really simple and intuitive, and it was a total meat issue. So I'm really excited though. Like I've had this yarn sitting for like the past year from Rainbow and Sprinkles. I love her yarn. It's so pretty. She's just so colorful, and I just love color. Like the whole point of me knitting, I feel like, is I just want more color in my life, and you can't buy that. I mean, you can, but like a lot of the colors in stores are very muted and neutral, and I am not a neutral person. Like I have a neutral top, and I've been struggling. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like it washes me out. Anyways, that'll continue to be a struggle. This is supposed to be a moonset tee. This is the back. And this is silk. I'm knitting for all of pure silk in the color Putty. So this is Putty. But I don't know. It's not bringing me as much joy. Just being honest. I just love like really saturated, beautiful colors. They make me so happy. Like knitting this makes me so happy. Knitting my shawls, knitting, I don't know. I just want color. And part of the reason I started knitting garments is like, I looked in my closet one day. I was like, do I have like a different color to pair with this top? And I was like, oh my gosh, I own like all gray sweaters. Like, I like started looking online. I was like, I just don't like anything. They don't have the colors I want. I was like, well, I can just make them and it'll be more me. Yeah, so I love this colorway. I love the speckling in it. It's like really spread out. It's got like the blues. I'll show you the back too, actually. Maybe that's a better swatch. It's got like the dark blues, the light blues. Like I love that little pop of the light blue. I don't even know if you can see that, but yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Anyways, so I knew this was going to be a petal party crop, but then RO Knits and Pearls, and then I think her friend Kinchinko, and I can't remember the third friend, but the three of them are doing a, oh, is it three? I think Andrea of the Knitting PT might be doing it too. I don't remember. Oh no. Anyways, they're doing a petal party crop cowl, and I've only joined like 1 or 2 cowls, and like I didn't even finish the cowls. So I was like, well, I want to make this for summer anyway. This has been sitting staring at me for the past year. I was like, I'm just going to cast it on. And they said, if you cast it on and take a picture, like you can just submit and you're entered. I was like, oh, no stress, easy. You know what? If I ever run a cowl, I think I'd do it like that. Like, it's just so much more enjoyable. I feel more like inclined to actually work on it. I don't feel a pressure to work on it. I'm working on it because I just want it, and it's enjoyable. Yeah, so that's my petal party. I'm not that far, but I'm almost to the point where I can do the body and the round. But I don't know how the fit is going to be for me. I did knit a little bit farther down than it's supposed to be, because I measured my arms. I'm like, I don't think this is going to fit. Like, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm skeptical. I have kind of big arms. Like, they're a little bit muscular, and then I gained a little bit of weight over the past couple of years. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So I don't know. Things aren't fitting me as they used to, so we'll see. My proportions are a little different. We'll have to figure it out. That's okay. Part of life. Not a big deal. Anyways, this is the color that I used. It's called Bluey by Xavier. So I got it like a year ago though. But I did email her recently because I am absolutely obsessed with, I think it's called Blueberry Sour. I love the color. It's like kind of white, but has like a blue undertone. It has so many different colored speckles, but they're just like in a nice little family. Anyways, I emailed her asking her if it would be possible to do a custom dye job, because I couldn't order them. I can't order them right now, but she said yes in the future if I wanted to. So I don't know, if you're interested in a color, maybe email her. You never know. So yeah, very excited about that. Okay, next up, I have one more whip. Well, actually, I technically have 2, but we'll do this one first. This one is me just trying to make my own sweater. No pattern. Trying to maybe write a pattern. I want to learn how to write a pattern, so we're going to try. But anyways, it's just ribbing right now. And it's my favorite color, Tickle. I've wanted this since I started knitting like 2 years ago. I had this idea in my head, and I just wanted a sweater this color. I think I'm just going to do it. It's fine. I was waiting and waiting till I had like the skill, and I think I've knit enough now that I can try and figure it out. And I just want to learn, actually. Like, and when I was a kid, I used to want to be a fashion designer. And I almost thought about going to like fashion design school, but I also had the burning desire to be a teacher as a kid, which never wavered for some reason. And I still love teaching, so I think that was the right path. But there's a little designer in me, so we're going to try it out and see. So maybe I'll take you along that journey of discovery and learning. So yeah. Oh, if you're wondering, this is Tickle. So like I said, my favorite color, Tickle. It's like, oh, it's just so good. This one is really light because this is a BFL, it's called BFL Tough Sock. So it's a different kind of base. It's a little toothier, which I kind of like for this because I want it to be hard wearing and I want to be able to wear it for a really long time because I really want this garment. And it's a little bit thinner. It's kind of a light fingering. I think there's like 463 yards for one ball. Actually, here, I'll show you the... So, oh, it's not skeined up very nicely. Moving my yarn around. Deskeining. Anyways, so this is the color in the skein. Oh, so good. Look at that. Oh, and my hair. Look at those pops. They're so pretty. So yeah, this one, yeah, 465 yards per 100 grams, 75 blue face, less Chester, and 25% nylon. So this is like a really hard wearing yarn, which you probably use more for socks, but I decided like I just wanted a hard wearing garment that I could use for as long as possible. So yeah, that's that. Okay, we are getting, I'll do my, so I have one, I'm going to call it UFO, unfinished object. Yes. Anyway, I want this thing so badly. I do not want to knit it. It's gotten to a place of like I don't know how to explain it. You know when something becomes so big that it's like, it's just daunting. Yeah, that's where I've built it up to in my head. Anyways, I love it. It's a great pattern, and up until this point, it was really easy and chill. So this is the Brioche Luscious by Andrea Mowry, and I love this. Like, I want to wear this. This is me in a garment. So gorgeous. It's got my beautiful aqua and the pinks and the purpley, tealy, pinky. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Anyways, so I've gotten to this point. Guys, like, look at that. That's going to be so pretty. So this is the edge. This is the applied border. And I've reknit this 3 times. So this is my 3rd attempt. And this was done like last summer. there's so much. There's so much to do. It's so daunting. I kept telling myself, I'm like, this summer, I was like, when I'm off, I'll just do it then. I'll just do it then. I'll have all this energy and I'll just do it then. But that never happened. So the first time I knit it, it's supposed to be knit up this way with the white as the main color. So the first time I did it, I just messed it up. So I had to rip it back. The second time I did it, I knit it up like that. And I decided I didn't like it. Like, I don't want the shawl to end with that. I want it to end with this. So I swapped the colors, and now I'm starting to knit again. It's a gorgeous pattern. It's so beautiful. And obviously, like, this part is brioche. So it was a technique that was definitely out of my skill set when I started it. But I think I could do it. I think it, well, I can do it. I've done it. And I did figure out the pattern. I wrote it down. I made sure to like mark every time I finished a certain part of it. So at least when I go back, like it's not a lost cause. Like, I can find where I am. But there's so many stitches to go. Like, this is just the corner, just the baby corner. I want it so badly though. So it will get done eventually. I'm just not in a rush, unfortunately. I wish I was. I wish I was good. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's gonna be so pretty. Anyways, so that's my UFO at the moment. Hopefully become a whip again, but not in the immediate future. Yeah. Oh, and it's in, if you're wondering, this is my lug bag. This is a dolly. It's like an accessory bag to all my lug. I love lug so much. It's actually got like a plastic interior. So like if you want to use it for other things. But I really like using these for little project bags because they like close up. There's like a little pocket at the top if you need to put stuff in there. It holds the yarn. Like the yarn balls are in here. Yeah. It's nice. It's like, this one's a tall dolly, so it can hold a little more too. So it's holding a decently sized project. and I just zip it up and it's closed up. Nothing's hanging out. It's great. I really enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, and I can't get the needle back in. There we go. Oh, almost. There. Okay. So yeah, and it's got a handle. Anyways. Next up, a little bit of spinning. So I'm pretty new to the spinning world. And my first yarn. Oh gosh, guys. So funny. This is my first yarn. The thick and thin. I like, look at that spot. That was the early beginnings here. So I started it and I like had no idea what I was doing. And as we went on, you know, it got a little skinnier. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe try, I think I should try to knit it up just to see like what happens and maybe like learn a little bit from this. But anyways, in the meantime, this is my second one. Much better. And it's made from Chaotic Fibres. I just ordered, oh my gosh, gorgeous colorway from her. I'm so excited. It's got like blue and pink, like mint and pink. Like, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't have any of the. Anyways, when it comes in, I'll show you. But this is the braid I've been working off of. And it's 67% merino and 33% milk fiber, which I have no idea what that is. So if you know, you can share. But it's like kind of gray, white with mint in it. And it's coming out like this. I don't actually know like what I'm going to do with it. How, like, if I'm going to do like some sort of combo and like spin it with another braid, or if I want to apply it back onto itself. I haven't really decided yet, but I'm just spinning my little cob away slowly, taking my time. Yeah, so I've really been enjoying that, and I ordered a eel wheel 6, so I'm really excited to be able to like spin more. So we'll see what happens. All the yarn. But yeah, it'll be fun. Anyways, so I think that's it for spinning. Nothing, not too much. Recently I got one of these little mini knitty knotties off of Etsy. I think it's like Curly Creations is the seller, and I got them so I could spin all my little odds and ends into minis. I saw someone doing this online and I was like, that's a genius idea, because I didn't really know, but if you leave your balls of yarn like wound up like this, it can damage the yarn over time, and some things I don't intend on knitting very soon, so I wanted to wind them. So I thought this was a really great idea. So yeah, I just wound this guy up. I got to tie him off and then twist it off, and didn't take too long, and yeah, really useful. So yeah, anyways, I think we're done with all the knitting and spinning, so maybe have a little bit of story time. So I think I'll talk to you about what brought me to knitting garments, because as a kid I did learn how to knit, but I don't remember really making anything, like maybe a scarf or two, but I haven't knit in a very long time. I've crocheted, so I started crocheting a bit during the pandemic, and I made like a cardigan, actually a couple cardigans, and I was like kind of getting into amigurumi, and then I like discovered Ravelry, and I went on Ravelry and I saw like the stuff I was looking at. I'm like, all this stuff is knitted. Like I just I wonder if people actually go through this too, and you're like, oh, I just like the fabric, the way the fabric looks like when you knit. Like crochet, you know, it's beautiful and gorgeous, but like I feel like sometimes it has that handmade or like trendy or granny style, and I wanted like garments with like a fabric, and just I don't know, the stuff you can do with knitting kind of amazed me. So It was 2021 and I ended up getting COVID, and I actually still have long COVID because of it. So I had to stop like basically all the stuff I was used to doing because I was affected by like chronic fatigue and chest pain, and I couldn't work for a while, and yeah, yeah. Surprisingly though, like I think I dealt with it like okay. I'm still like, you know, managing and stuff like that. But really I just want to share this for if anyone else is going through something, like, you know, you're not alone sort of thing, because I definitely felt alone at times. And anyways, it brought me to knitting. So after like during the pandemic, I had been crocheting and kind of getting curious about knitting, and then ended up getting COVID and couldn't do anything. Like literally couldn't do anything. Like I spent most of my days on the couch, and even like getting to the point where like I can't make dinner, I can't do chores, like that's sort of crazy. And like it was a win. Like we just take things as a win. Like if I could do the laundry that day, that was great. So yeah, so I started knitting, and the way I started knitting, I think, was like my greatest success, that led me into this world of knitting. Because I started by learning how to fix mistakes. I like went into it. I was like, I know I make mistakes and then I just don't know what to do and I give up. So this time I looked up videos, I knit swatches, and I just practiced making mistakes. And honestly, it was probably the best thing I could have done for myself. Because when it came to making a mistake, I could rip back, I could drop down. Even with like lace, like I knit a lace tank top pretty early on. And I made so many mistakes in it, but because I had that foundation of like learning and making the mistakes and going back and watching videos and trying to figure it out, and like just the curiosity, starting with that really helped. So, and it led to something like really, really beautiful that, you know, knitting is so meditative. It's so good for the soul. And it's just like, I knit every day and it brings me joy. And it's like something I can do, which is kind of crazy. Like, I don't know, sorry, I'm just getting all like, woo, starstruck, ah. But I really enjoyed it, and it was the one thing that I could do that I enjoyed. Like that was the big thing for me. I used to be really, really active. I played soccer, I played baseball, ultimate, always on the go, like just a busy person in general. And then to go from that to someone who can't do like near like seeing friends even changed, and seeing family and what I could handle socially and what I could handle physically and mentally and cognitively, like all those things changed. But knitting just like kind of kept me feeling joyful throughout the whole journey, and it still does to this day, which is really amazing. And I'm sure lots of people go through stuff like that and they find knitting and it brings them joy, makes them happy. And yeah, so anyways, that was my little journey into knitting, and now I'm like making garments and enjoying it, and just have like all this curiosity and want to try new things and learn new stuff. And I think that's like the best part of knitting, is like there's always something to learn and so much joy around it, and like so many different ways you can go, and everyone has their like individuality. And yeah, anyways, so I just wanted to share that. And you know, if you're going through something, like, you know, you're not alone, and if you need to reach out to someone, feel free. But you know, your friends and family are always there too, and they might not understand, but yeah, we just gotta be there for each other. Anyways, you guys have a great rest of the day, and if you like this video, like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye. want to talk about? No, I don't want to talk about whips. What do I want to talk about? My brain, it's fried. Oh! Oh. No, not talking about whips. I definitely can't do this all in one take. Breathe.